Hello, I'm Frida Sanders, a local realtor with the Los Angeles area, also with Keller Williams Beach Cities. Today, I have a good friend of mine, Derek Coster, who is a loan officer. He's going to give us some information about how first time buyers can benefit with this program. Hi, Daryl. How are you?
Hey, Frida, good. Thanks for having me. Yeah, there is this loan to help first-time home buyers, assist them in coming up with the down payment of the purchase.
That's
One of the
exciting.
biggest hurdles that first-time home buyers have is coming up with that 3% down or three
That's
and a
true.
half percent.
Mm-hmm.
And so what this program does is, as a home buyer, you still have to qualify for a first loan, a first trust deed is what we call it. But this
Okay.
second trust deed is called a deferred payment program. It's called CalHFA deferred loan. What they
Okay.
do
Deferred loan.
is,
Mm-hmm.
the government will lend you up to 3.5% of the purchase price.
Okay.
The money does not have to be paid back, which helps. It helps in lowering the cost of ownership.
Mm-hmm.
And there is three things that will trigger a payoff. Okay, so
Okay.
you don't have to make payments up until the trigger point. Those three things that trigger payoffs is selling the home,
Okay.
refinancing the first trust deed,
Mm-hmm.
or paying off both loans. That requires that second loan be paid off. But until that point, they don't have a housing expense on that second payment, which not only helps them bring money in instead of bringing it in out of pocket and not having to make a payment. So it's got those two outstanding benefits.
Okay.
Uh, yeah,
This can really help some people. So
it's going to
you're
help a
saying
lot of people.
here's a
Now,
loan that you don't have to pay until later on down the line, but you can get into the house. So it helps you afford the home of your dreams without making that
exact,
payment.
exactly. And when I mention first time home buyer, that's somebody who's never owned a home,
Mm-hmm.
and it is, their first purchase, or somebody who had a home in the past and sold it more than 3 years ago. So if they have that 3 year gap between the last home and this one, they could qualify for this loan. Now there
Well,
are
Gerald,
other
thank you for that.
Yeah,
Thank you for
absolutely.
explaining that.
Yeah. There are other qualifications, of course, to get this loan. They have to meet a certain minimum income qualification, and it does have to be applied towards a single family owner occupied home. There are some restrictions on condos and manufactured homes. It cannot be applied to an investment property.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
finally, what's nice about this loan is, again, you can borrow up to 3.5%. When I say borrow, it's not something you have to pay initially, but it is a
Mm-hmm.
loan. It does accrue interest. You can borrow up to 3.5%, and in some cases, also include the any additional closing costs that may be involved in the purchase of the home. So in those cases, you may be a first-time buyer may be able to just walk into the home without paying anything.
Excellent. Well, Daryl, this sounds very intriguing and very helpful for some of our first time buyers. And what's the name of the program again?
The name of the program is CalHFA,
Okay.
and yeah, if any of your borrowers need further information, definitely have them reach out to me. They can call me
Excellent.
at 714-305-2990
Okay.
or email me at dcoster@emortgagecapital.com, and I'll always be available for him to answer questions.
I appreciate that. Well, you heard it here. There's